Hey, how are we doing? How are we doing? So, today we are going to talk about, notice I didn't say passive income. We're going to talk about passion income. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that in just a second. But look, it's not about your views, it's not about your followers. It's about getting paid monthly for your knowledge, not the amount of traffic or the amount of reach that your content makes. So, this is going to be kind of informal, and I know I say this all the time, but this is going to be super quick. All right, I am putting a little clock for myself up here. Did I do it? Where is my clock? Oh, I got to move my clock to the top here. Sorry. Oh my goodness, why is this not working? Anyway, all right, guys. So here's the deal. You don't want to get paid by the platform. All right? You want to get paid for your knowledge, and you want to get paid monthly. You do not want to be relying on getting paid by the platform because you're one algorithm switch away, right? You're a bad month away from just not having a really happy experience. So let me show you what I am talking about here. All right. Well, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted to get rid of that slide. So hang on one second. And there we go. That's what I want. All right. So this is what I mean. Let me go to my oh my goodness, why is that doing that? I think I want that as custom. And over here, I need another one. There we go. All right. So I want to show you what happened to me last month on vidIQ. Where's my vidIQ? This is my vidIQ. What's going on here? Oh, for the love, where did it go? And now I've got a lag. Is my follow? Okay, that's what I was looking for. All right, look, I had 1,200 subscribers. Not a lot. And I'm only worried about YouTube. I am not worried about TikTok. And if you have questions about anything that I'm talking about, again, this is going to be super short, but if you have questions about anything I'm talking about, put a Q colon and then your question in the comments, and I will be happy to address that. But look, I have 1,200 subscribers, right? I just passed the 260,000 view mark. I know that absolutely sucks. I know, right? And let's look at my analytics. Let's see here. What was I looking for? But basically, if you look at my subscribers over the last, gosh, I don't know, probably over the last couple of months, they've doubled. And you know what it has meant for me? Zero. Zero. Because I'm not focusing on views. I'm not focusing on followers. I am focusing on, and I know we've heard of this all the time, right? We've heard about quantity versus quality, right? We've heard about that our entire lives. Well, it is so true because there are people with really tiny followings that make a lot of money. There are people with no followings that are making really good money right now. And then there are people that have large followings and they're not making diddly squat. So the idea, like it says in my little thing here, it is not about your views. It's how you get paid. And so the way you want to get paid is you want to find something that you are good at and you want to share that A to B solution with somebody, and you want to solve problems related to that A-B thing. And what I wanted to do today, because I just thought it was probably the very best way to do it is I'm just going to show you some communities that are using passion income. All right. So the first thing that you will see, and this is one of the best, right? This is one of the best, is this guy. And I love this, right? Because he's teaching people how to play Grand Theft Auto 6 before Grand Theft Auto 6 even comes out. Now, there is a monetary component to this. He's telling people he's going to teach them how to make $1,000 from GTA 6 before it even launches. This video game doesn't launch until November. And it's a brilliant business proposition. And here's why. Because even if you spend $25 a month after the free trial, even if you spend $25 a month with this guy for the next 5 months, he's telling you he can help you make $1,000 off that $125 investment. And I don't know about you, but that's a really nice return on investment. That's a great ROI. So what it makes is it makes for something called a no-brainer offer, which was coined by Alex Hormozi. And if you don't know who Alex Hormozi is, he is also the co-owner of the platform that I'm showing you. Now, the platform I'm showing you is called School. TikTok doesn't really like you knowing about School because you'd want to spend more time on School than you would on TikTok. YouTube doesn't care because YouTube is run by grown-ups and they don't care where you visit. All they care about is that that you watch videos. They don't care where you visit after you watch a video. So, for example, so that's just the GTA 6. Let's look at some other categories here. Let's look at Canva. Look at this woman. Canva is her passion, right? Number one Canva community on School. I'm pretty sure it probably is. She has 779 members, and she's making $7 a month for each member. Now you do the math. Actually, let me do the math for you. Was it 779 times 7? She's making $5,400 a month with her community. And all she does is she sends traffic from her Instagram to her School community. That's it. That's all she does. Now, there are people doing this in a big way on TikTok, right? There are people that are doing that. There is a guy, let me find Mikey. I don't even know Mikey's last name. Mikey's Money House. All right, you may have seen this guy on TikTok. He has got a community, right? And what he's doing with his community is he's teaching people how to save money. Feeling stuck with money, you're not alone. So this is about saving money or investing money more so than it is about making money. And so he's got 7,200 members paying him $8 a month after a free trial. Again, you do the math. Well, you can do the math here because you can see this little, and see it's not showing up, and I don't know why that's happening. I have no idea why these icons aren't showing up. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, none of these icons are showing up. But this little crown here means that his community is making at least $30,000 a month. This little star here means he's making in the top 1% of all communities on, I think it's the top 1% of all communities on School. And the little fire emoji means that he's just been active, very active on School for at least 30 straight days. So you've got him. You've got another guy. Let's see. Let's look at Samuel Lee. Oh my goodness, Samuel Lee is not there. All right, let's go to... I think he's on the top page here. Well, he was on the top page. Where was he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Oh, here he is. Samuel Lee. Right? So you got Samuel Lee here, or Samuel G, I'm sorry, Samuel G. And he goes live on TikTok. And he has 7.5 or almost 7,500 members, $25 a month. And again, this guy's got the diamond, which means he's making over $100,000 a month with his school community. And all he does is he goes live on TikTok, and he has other people go live on TikTok, talk about his community, and then they join his community. And it's called the Creative Owners Club because what he's doing is he's helping people buy houses without great credit or without lots of money down, and they can't get approved by banks. So he's performing a very valuable service. But look, you could do this with anything you want, anything that you are passionate about, right? It does not matter what it is, anything. Let's go to hobbies here, and I'll show you some more. Actually, no, I got to show you this one first because this one blew my doors off. Where is self-improvement? All right, self-improvement. Is she still there? I'll find her. Now, this is something called co-sleeping. I've never heard of this before in my entire life. But this woman has 651 people paying, and she just raised her prices. She was $10 a month. Now she's $15 a month. But 651 people paying $10, now $15 a month to learn how to co-sleep. I don't even know what that is. I have no clue what that is. But she's making $6,000 a month helping people sleep. I mean, how insane is that? So the thing is, you've got to, what's going on, Eliza? How are you? Welcome, welcome. So you've got to just find something that you are passionate about. It can be a hobby. It can be it could be a sport. Let me show you the different categories here. So here are your different categories. Hobbies, music, money, generally helping people make or save money, spirituality, tech, health, sports, self-improvement, and relationships. And all you have to do is choose something in one of those categories and start a school community. Very, very simple. It's not hard. And then let me show you birding. Where's my buddy with her birding community? Oh, here we go. It's called The Flock. I love that name. All these people do is they get together and they talk about bird watching. They call it birding because that's what, if you're in the industry, that's what they call it, is birding. 259 members, $15 a month. So again, let's do a little bit of math. Now, is this $100,000 a month? No, of course not. And it doesn't matter because that's $3,800 a month to talk about something that she loves. So it could be a sport. It could be a hobby. It could be fishing. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you want it to be, right? That's the point. Let's go back to sports. Because sports is a big one. This is the #1 sports community on the platform. 1,200 people paying $49 a month to learn how to get better at pickleball. Pickleball! Right? Smarter Football Fan for educated armchair coaches. Sports content creators, 92 members. Martial arts, golf. Play football without your body breaking down. This is soccer, but I mean soccer in our country, right? Jiu-jitsu, basketball, more basketball. Cycling, Muay Thai, dance. Look at this woman. She has 500 members paying $49 a month to learn how to dance. And they're learning how to dance online. So that's what I'm telling you. This is it's just crazy the things that you can do with this platform. It's absolutely nuts, because you would think, okay, not that many people are going to be interested in these different things, right? So, but you don't need thousands. You don't even need, you don't need tens of thousands. You don't even need thousands. Think about it. If you had 200 people paying you $25 a month, that's $5,000 a month. And then if you want to expand beyond that, great. But, and it can be for anything. If you're good at Canva, if you're good at Excel, if you're good at painting, if you're good at copywriting, if you're good at website building, if you're good at coding, if you're good at Claude, there's a ton of Claude. There's a ton of AI communities on here, right? So there's all kinds of different things. And the cool part about it is you start a community, you invite some people, you get a handful of people that are active in the group, asking questions and offering value, and then you have this little community of people that are just all hanging out, and they want to be with one another because they're all talking about something they all love. When you get people with common interests hanging out together, then you get to, and if you get it to like $5,000, $7,000 a month, then guess what? Then you only have to get paid for hanging out with people you want to hang out with, talking about what you want to talk about, right? You don't have to worry about a job dictating what you need to care about. All you need to do is worry about making a good community for these people so they can hang out. Now, if you want to learn how to do this, I'm going to wrap this thing up here. If you want to learn how to do this, I am going to send you to my community. Sorry, there we go. There's a little bit of a lag here, guys. Sorry about that. So this is my community. It is called the Cash Flow Circle. And I call it that because I show you how to stop waiting on YouTube and stop waiting on TikTok and stop worrying about creator programs and AdSense and all of these things. And I show you how to monetize something that you already know. It's either going to be a profession, it's going to be a personal problem you've overcome, or it's going to be a passion. And passion income is the best type of income because you can spend hours making something really, really good for people to teach them, and it never feels like work. Right? It doesn't feel like work because you're doing something you love. And I don't care what it is. It could be acting. I don't care what it is. Making beer, barbecuing, flying drones. Again, it doesn't matter. There are hundreds of thousands. Right? Let me show you here. So this is the community where all the school group owners hang out. 166,400. So if you want to learn more about this, you can, now if you're on TikTok, you can go to my YouTube and there's a link in there. If you're on YouTube, you can just go right to my YouTube and you can click on the Cash Flow Circle link and it'll take you right to my community. I do offer a free trial. After that, it's $9 a month. And what you walk away with in that first 7 days is you know what your community topic is. You've built the structure of your group, so you have something that looks kind of like this, obviously. And then you have a list of people to invite to help you get going. And I'll help you. Now, this woman her name is Cindy. She's the DRC teacher on TikTok. She's got probably 300,000 followers on TikTok. In her first 30 days using my strategies with starting a school group, she was making $3,000 a month in recurring revenue in 30 days. Then I got my friend Ray, who also started on TikTok, by the way. He's got 13 members at $87 a month. He also has an English as a second language community, and he is a first-generation Cuban immigrant who lives down in Florida. Then you've got people who have built huge communities. Jay also met me on TikTok, believe it or not. He is a retired teacher. He retired after 25 years on the dot in Michigan, and he teaches teachers how to retire at 25 years or earlier. And he's got 2,800 members. Now, he just started his community last year. This is after 1 year, he's got a community with 2,800 members. Pretty stunning. And then you have my friend Danny, who's just started her community on foster care for UK foster parents. So it doesn't matter what it is. It's whatever it is that you are passionate about. I'm passionate about having you not rely on this platform. That's what I'm passionate about. So that's why I started my community, and there's plenty of places where you can join. So I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. I don't see any questions. I don't see a lot of comments or anything. So we're just going to wrap her up. And I hope you guys have yourself a good night. And if you are interested, check out the community, and we will see you next time.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.